Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the channel. I am Dallas Garber, and this is rounds 3 and 4 of the Northwest Disc Golf Championships. If you haven't watched yesterday's video, that was rounds 1 and 2. We originally had planned a little fun practice round, singles round, but the audio kind of got corrupted a bit and didn't really work out like we wanted it to. So, compiled some highlights and clips of this tournament together for your viewing pleasure. I'm going to react to it. Hopefully you guys enjoy, and let's just get on into it. This is both rounds at Glendoveer, and should be fun. Haven't seen these in a while, but I did live through it. Pedro Tato is my caddy, great caddy. He's very good at giving me a lot of props when I make some good shots. Yeah, he's been my caddy for a long time.
25 Northwest Disc Golf Championship. This is round 3 at the Veer. First up from Gresham, Oregon, Dallas Garber.
One thing I love about this tournament is how amazing the fans are. Especially, I'm kind of a homegrown kid. I live about 15-20 minutes away from this course, this property. So almost everybody in the audience knows who I am, and you can really hear it whenever they announce my name. Even though I am pretty far down on the cards, I still get some good cheers. Going FD3 here, flippy FD3. I love this hole. Starting hole of Glendoveer East. Big turnover. Yeah, that ended up in a perfect spot. It's a really cool tee shot. The approach is also really awesome. Basket's elevated too. I believe I ended up parring it though because I missed the putt. It's like a 30-footer. Hole 2's downhill, little forehand shot. Also, I mean, I love this course. Every single hole on this course, I just think is superb. I don't think there are many holes out here that are bad. I think hole 3 is all right. Just kind of a normal anti-flex shot. I mean, not every hole can be iconic. That was the center pull putt. I actually forgot about that one. That was one of the worst spit outs I've had all year. Hole 5, I would say, is the iconic hole. You probably see this one a lot. Just huge downhill bomb, par 4. You get it kind of rip one, 500 to 600 feet down this hill, and then try to throw a pretty difficult turnover to the basket. And the basket's surrounded by OB. Bunch of fun on this one. As a viewer of Pro Tour events, let me know if you prefer watching some wooded courses or golf courses like Glendoveer here. Personally, as the player, I prefer woods, I think, but I feel like a course like Glendoveer and just golf courses in general are better for the viewer. A little bit more open. You kind of get to see everything that's going on, see all the lines, whether you're in person or watching on the coverage. I think most players agree, though, that woods are just better for disc golf. It feels a little bit more natural, shaping lines instead of just throwing these huge spike hyzers. I feel like Mando's kind of force the course to be weird. That's a good putt right there. Huzzah. Ooh. There's Hank, my dad and Hank. Hank is the owner of Disjunction, my retail sponsor. They carry all my stuff, some Wrens. Great place, super friendly. They're in Milwaukee, Oregon. If you haven't gone down there, please do. They also have an online store. Amazing people, great prices, great discs, great selection. He's awesome. I'll go down there occasionally, like every Monday. He'll buy pizza for the crew. Very, very cool. Downhill putt here, probably about 65 feet. I think my back foot was like on the blue whisker of circle 2.
Yeah! Let's go, Dallas! Let's go, Dallas! Let's go!
Cashed that one. That one was awesome.
He really said he's gonna drain that shit.
Sorry, my bad.
I told you. Oh, I told you, man. It's like Havasu. It's just like Lake Havasu.
Mine's really shaky. How zoomed in are you? Just less trouble.
It's my dad and then Nick Taylor, who was right there. Very supportive. I think I'm ripping a Thunderbird there. Maybe that was an eye dog. Just a little bit left out of the hand. One thing that is a bit weird on Pro Tours, like if you land a little bit short, you'll see like I'm in Circle 1 whiskers, but no, that's just for the FPO layout. I'm probably 80 feet here. Yeah, maybe a little bit shorter than 80. This course is so like special to me. I mean, I haven't played it a ton, but I mean, it's so close. They also have the more amateur layout, the Veer, which is on the west side, and a little bit short of a layout, but still really cool. I've golfed on this course many times, just normal ball golf. I mean, I probably have been to this place many times before I even started playing disc golf, so it's definitely a special venue for me. There's Jake Mon on the card. Jake's brother, Ryan Mon, I played with at Junior Worlds a couple years back, and Jake was actually caddying for him at the time. I didn't know who either of them were, and they didn't know who I was either, but a couple years later, actually, maybe it might have been this round, maybe it was last year, I played with Jake Mon, and he mentioned it about how he caddied for Ryan, and I was on the card, and he remembered it, and I go, oh yeah, forgot about that. He's really cool. Both of them are really, really cool guys. Also, amazing players, as I would hope most of you know. Hole 14 is probably my favorite throw on the course, my favorite drive. You're just trying to hit like a very tiny gap and then having a disc flip up and turn over. I think you get to see some of the farthest thrown discs on this hole. And I think it was Corridon who threw like nearly a 600-foot turnover on this one, like on coverage. It was just insane to think of, but it's there. It really shapes up for a big distance throw. That was a good shot. I was like up next to a tree through a small gap. I feel like I almost broke my leg throwing that drive. I was like contorting my body in a way it shouldn't be, but it ended up working out to give myself a look. Slight jump putt, it seems like I'm lining up, probably 35 feet away, 40 feet. I have switched from the straddle jump to just a normal stepper. I switch outside circle putts all the time. That one was annoying. I feel like it's like seasonal. I'll probably go back to the straddle jump at some point this year, I would assume. I'll probably go back to just normal putting at some point this year. It's really whatever feels best in the moment, which I think is the main part of putting, no matter what. You just want to do what you think is comfortable and what feels right at the moment. If you go up to a round and you're like, oh, I feel like straddle putting today, just do it. It's probably better. I've had many times where I've like just went to a knee every single time I've done a straddle putt, like a shot that requires a straddle. I'm just like, I just want to go to a knee right now, and I was usually better because that's what I wanted to do at the time. Clipped a branch there. Or maybe it was a tree. That's what it was. Hit a tree, kicked super far left, thought it was 100% out of bounds. Ended up being inbounds by maybe 3 inches at the most. It's a very small margin there, but took the par, which kind of had a lot of this round, a lot of pars, not many birdies. Trying to lay down a nice turnover, just didn't really give the air time. And at this point right now, I am looking at scores a little bit because I am right on the edge of the cut line. So I have to finish well to make the cut and to play tomorrow. And because of these last 2 holes not playing the best, or the last couple holes not playing the best, I'm going to be going into 18 needing a birdie, I believe. Yeah, so that's a good upshot. Sets me up well. Yeah, so hole 18, I need a birdie to make the cut line. It is a must. I believe at this point, the people who can overtake me were Albert Tam, Scott Withers. Those are the two guys that I need to finish badly, but I also needed to do good here. A birdie locks in cut line.
Yeah, baby, let's go. Nice.
And that is a great drive to start off. Tried to go over the pond, barely cross, but it sets me up for a really easy second shot. This is a par 5, one of the more well-known holes, I would say. For an approach around the corner, perfect spot, perfect placement. And now all I have to do is about a 200-foot hyzer around a tree to the basket. I don't 100% need a birdie. If I take a par, people behind me can play bad and I can still make the cut, but a birdie locks it in, and so that's what I really, really want here. Throwing a lumen and just trying to put it on a little bit of hyzer, gently place it underneath the basket, make it stress-free. And I release it too flat, throw it too hard, it gets no skip right, and I go out of bounds. So I'm at 30 feet. I take my meter backwards, actually, to give me an outside circle putt. And I have this putt to possibly make the cut line. It has to go in. And it does. Best putt of the round. I know I made like a 70-footer, but that one I was stressed out on. That's a 2-under, 10-20. Good enough finish. I believe Albert Tam and Withers finished poorly to keep me in a tie for 39th and in that top 25. So I made the cut line. I was able to go into the final round of the Northwest Disc Golf Championships, and we're going to get on into it right here. 2 rounds in 1 video? What is this, Dallas? Oh my goodness, what amazing content. Thank you so much. You're welcome, guys. Thank you to my mom, really, for putting this one together. A bunch of vertical clips, but they work out well enough. I believe that this final round was a 3-person card. It was me, Scott Withers, and Daniel Pfaff, all people that I know very well and I've played with a ton. All cool people, too. But, you know, at a Pro Tour event, it's a little bit different. Another great drive to start the round. Oh, no, we did have 4. Jacob Blair. Or was Pfaff the previous round? I don't remember. I played with Daniel Pfaff one of the rounds, I know. Here's my approach on hole 1, going Berg X. Just didn't really commit to the ante on it. I think I left it a bit short as well. Maybe it was long. Yeah, it was a bit long, but I didn't really commit to the ante. So I'm left with a slightly outside circle putt, it seems, going with the straddle jumper. But this is back-to-back pretty much perfect drives on hole 1 and not throwing a good enough approach. Not a lot of room for error on Pro Tour courses, especially on the approaches. OB's always like 20, 30 feet away from the basket, feels like. Frustrated way to start off the round. Perfect drive, mediocre upshot, mediocre putt. Drive on hole 2 was outstanding. Left me with this knee putt from about 30 feet out, 35 feet out. But it was in a horrible spot. I had to go around a tree. I actually can't even believe I hit metal on that one. I couldn't even see the basket, I remember. And then this is hole 3, I believe. Just trying to get one from distance here. Can't get it to fall. I had a lot of I had a lot of longer putts that just didn't go in this tournament. I think that was the case for previous day's video as well. Just some long throws, long putts that hit metal, hit cage, hit left side chains, right side chains, or band, whatever it was, but it just never really stayed in the basket how I wanted it to. A lot of close calls. Remember this round, and the previous round actually, I was throwing it fine, but I wasn't throwing it great. So I left myself with all of these long putts, and I also wasn't making the long putts. It was kind of a really frustrating cycle of like, you know, it's fine, you know, you're getting a par, or you're getting a bogey at worst, but you are not doing anything special at all on the course. Just no birdies, no like park jobs or anything. Hole 11's a fun one to play because you get this like second shot of just pure downhill. I believe there's a video of Garber crushing something towards the next card spectators. That one was with my Ep23. Look at this, another long distance look for a birdie. A fine drive gives me a look, and then I just got to see if I can knock down a big distance putt. Once again, I start walking it in because it's like, oh, it could go, it could go. Nope. No, it can't. Left side chains. Those are frustrating, especially that 70, 80 foot, 90 foot distance. You just think it's going in the whole time. You take like your first step, you're not confident in it. Favorite drive in the course again here. Better angle it seems, but it's a little bit too turned over this time. I actually didn't think that one was out of bounds out of my hand. I thought it was perfect. There is still a fine line, even though this hole is very open. It'll be kind of just comes into play. And then I threw it into the sand, missed the putt. That was just a rough hole all around. Hole 16, another one with just a long look. Almost. Didn't hit metal that time though. Berg approach. I love the Berg. I can't imagine myself without this disc on these approach shots. Just so controllable. This is, I believe, my final approach of the tournament. Hole 18. Not shooting a good round up until this point, but I'm still fighting for last cash and still fighting for, you know, decent placement in the tournament. Never too late for a birdie, as Owen Scoggins would say. And a bit short. Definitely not the commitment you wanted. Probably because of yesterday's upshot. But I'm left with another Circle 2 look to finish off the day and to finish off the tournament.
Let's go, Daddy!
And I got it. Not the rounds I wanted at Glendoveer, but it is still really, really cool to make those putts in front of the crowd, the Oregon crowd. And I got a 1,000 rated round. It's +1, 3 birdies, 2 bogeys, a double. Just drives weren't nearly what I wanted them to be. Put me in a solo 44th. Let's go, baby, solo. And I cashed. Take it over, you, Dallas.
Feels pretty good to make my first Pro Tour cut and cash. Could have played a little bit better, some rough rounds out there, but happy to play and make the cut at my hometown, pretty much. Of course, it's only set up once a year, but it still feels like home. Love this place. Shoutouts to Stokely Discs with the Wrens, Boom, Cast Blast with the Yota, Wild Rose Athletics, Pedro Tato caddying for me the whole weekend, and my parents for supporting me following the whole week and tournament. Yeah. And Disjunction. Can't forget Disjunction. They're awesome. Yeah. All right. That was the 2025 Northwest Disc Golf Championships. Thank you for watching. See you next year.
Couldn't have given a better outro myself, Dallas. Great job there. I also signed Leah Sinigini's hand. Oh, this is lead card. Lead card, Anthony Brella, to force the playoff. We were there. The energy was rough. Was not a fun moment to be a part of. Obviously, I feel bad for Anthony, but I also kind of feel bad for Gannon because it's not really the way you want to win a tournament. You can see me in the background there, bright pink sweatshirt. God, you gotta feel for him. Like 15-foot putt. Maybe I'll host up that trophy one year. Maybe next year. Who knows? I could get a little 1070 event average through 4 rounds. Maybe. Well, thank you guys for watching. That was rounds 3 and 4. Hope you enjoyed the little coverage of the Northwest Disc Golf Championships and how I played. If you haven't watched the first 2 rounds, go and watch those. If you haven't watched any previous videos of this December series, go and watch those as well. Some great content, I promise. I'm not biased at all. And have a good rest of your day or night. And I'll see you later. Like and subscribe.